When somebody lands on your website, do they immediately get who you are and how you help? If not, I've got 3 AI prompts today that can help you fix that in just a few minutes. Hi, I'm Appy at iCode Happy. I'm a website advisor, which means I love to help small business owners get a website that works for them. I build, update, consult with small business owners about their websites because I don't just want you to have a website, I want you to have a website that works for you. Having a website is step one. Having a website that works well, that's optimized for your business, that's where we want to get to. If you're a small business owner who wants to improve clarity and connection on your website, I'm going to demo these 3 AI prompts live today, walk you through what it looks like to do updates based on the recommendations, and we'll see that it just takes a few minutes to make these updates that can really help your site. So the first AI prompt is when someone lands on my homepage, can they clearly tell what I do and who I help within 5 seconds? I'm including the link to my website. But I also know that AI sometimes struggles a little bit with looking at a website. So I'm going to drop a screenshot of my website right now so that it can see exactly what's on my page right now. So let's look at this prompt and see what it says. So it tells me what's clear and it tells me what could be clearer. So it tells me that my audience and my offerings and the problem I'm addressing is all pretty clear. And then it tells me that I could be clearer about who I help and what I do, and maybe even improve my heading suggestion. I'm going to fix those couple things and see if it likes it better. So here's my revision: website support for small business owners, DIY tools, one-to-one support, and done for you help. And the buttons now are get DIY website tools and get one-on-one website support. Let's see if it likes that better. So I've told it I've edited the hero section. Is this more clear? And there's the screenshot. Let's see what that says. Okay, so let's move on. The next AI prompt is a little bit of a follow-up to the first prompt. Are there clear next steps for a visitor to take when they come to my homepage? And there's the link. Let's see what it says. Okay, it says that there are 2 options for people who want to DIY their website or people who want one-on-one support. And that is reinforced by my top navigation. So that's encouraging. Let's move on. And the third prompt is, what is one small change I could make today to improve clarity, ease, or connection on my homepage? And I provide the link again, just to be sure that the AI goes and looks at the site. So the one thing it says that I could change today is to add a short intro sentence either above or below the heading that says who I am and what kind of support I offer. I'm going to say below the heading because the heading should be the first thing that you see. So this is something I can add, and let's go do that right quick. So I'm editing my site. Let's go back and snag this. Let's put this right here. And I'm going to make it italics. Actually, gonna move it. And I lost my emoji. Okay, let's take a look at what that looks like on mobile, because that is one of the critical things. And I think I want a little bit more space in there. This is a little bit of a judgment call because now my second button is off the screen on a phone, but considering we are used to scrolling on our phones, I'm not too concerned about this. They're right there below, and you'll probably be able to see at least a portion. What I am going to do is decrease the size of this so that it is a little bit smaller. Now this website support for small business owners fits on 2 lines, and there's a little bit more space for this extra sentence. I'm going to say I don't need a period, and I'm going to add a wave. Whether you want emojis on your website is up to you. I don't use them a lot, but I'm okay with a couple here because that kind of tends to be me. All right, so now my 2 buttons fit within the screen. Again, wow, that went way small. What happened? Okay, let's try that. Now we're on 2 lines for the main heading. And let's try that. Okay, done and publish. And I will go check this on my phone to make sure that it looks like that. But I think this improves the clarity of what I do. Website support for small business owners, a little tiny intro, and still shows you the kinds of things that you can get. And I'm gonna run with that. So I just did a live demo showing you how you can use AI prompts to help you with your website. And it's really only limited by your imagination. Double check the AI, maybe use a couple of tools. So I like to do that. Sometimes I use Claude and ChatGPT, and sometimes I take some from each of them. But make sure that when you get the results from the AI, that they make sense to you as well. Here's a side by side of the changes that I made to my homepage. They're pretty subtle. Sometimes those subtle changes can make a big difference in how people respond to your homepage, especially in just a few seconds. So I just changed a few things. I changed this headline, which is one of the most important phrases on your website. I added a little intro so that you know who I am before scrolling down to my more in-depth intro further down the page. And I edited my calls to action a little bit so that they're a little bit more clear as well. These simple tweaks can have a big impact. I'd love to know if you try these prompts and how they do for you. We're going to keep talking about your website and things that you can do to help it work better for you. So come back and see me again. Thanks for watching.